I'm Tracy.
The somber atmosphere of my mother's funeral was shattered by a deafening crash as a champagne glass hit the stone floor. I turned to see my sister, Lily, her face as pale as a sheet, her eyes locked on my husband, Owen. The shock on her face was palpable, and it brought back a flood of memories I'd rather forget. Growing up in a small suburban town, my relationship with Lily was always strained. Our parents, Mr. and Mrs. Thompson, had a clear favorite, and it wasn't me. Dad was a hard, working mechanic, always tired from long hours at the shop. Mom, on the other hand, was a stay-at-home mom with a penchant for beauty pageants. She had big dreams for Lily, who was the picture-perfect daughter with golden hair and a charming smile. I, with my nerdy glasses and love for books, was often overlooked. From a young age, Lily would steal my things. She'd take my favorite toys, never return them, and then act like it was no big deal. When I was in high school, I had a crush on Jake, a boy in my class. After months of mustering up the courage to talk to him, we finally started going out. But a week later, Jake broke up with me, only to be seen with Lily the next day. She just shrugged it off, saying, "He was more into me. You should be happy for us." Determined to get away from the shadow of my sister, I worked hard in school. I got a scholarship to a prestigious law school in the city. It was a new beginning for me, a chance to be someone other than Lily's less attractive sister. In the city, I focused on my studies and built a successful career as a corporate lawyer. After a few years, I was invited to a charity event. That's where I met Ethan, a wealthy tech entrepreneur. He was charming, intelligent, and seemed genuinely interested in me. Our relationship blossomed quickly, and soon we were engaged. I was on top of the world, finally having the love and success I'd always dreamed of. Ethan wanted to get to know my family better, so we invited them to dinner. When Lily arrived, she was wearing a dress that was a little too revealing. She laughed too loudly at Ethan's jokes and touched his arm in a way that made my stomach turn. But I pushed those thoughts away, telling myself that we were all adults now. As our wedding planning progressed, I got caught up in a high-profile case at work. I was working long hours, and Ethan started to complain that I was neglecting our relationship. One day, Lily offered to help Ethan with the wedding preparations, saying that she didn't want him to feel alone. Mom thought it was a great idea, and Ethan quickly agreed. A few weeks later, I found some text messages on Ethan's phone. The messages between Lily and Ethan were full of love and intimacy. My world came crashing down. I confronted Ethan, and he had the audacity to say that Lily understood him better, that I was always too focused on my work. Lily, instead of showing remorse, told me that I was a workaholic and that Ethan deserved someone who could be there for him. My parents sided with them. Dad mumbled something about relationships being hard, and Mom said that I should have put more effort into my relationship. I felt so alone. I lost Ethan, my sister, and the support of my parents all at once. My work also suffered, and I almost lost my job. Desperate for a fresh start, I transferred to our firm's office in another city. There, I met Owen at a professional conference. Owen was a pediatrician, a kind-hearted man who understood the importance of hard work. He was patient with me, and our relationship developed slowly, but steadily. After a few years of dating, Owen proposed, and we got married. We built a wonderful life together, buying a house and making friends in our new community. But then, we received the news that my mother was terminally ill. Owen decided to accompany me back to my hometown. When we visited Mom in the hospital, she finally apologized for not standing by me during the Ethan and Lily fiasco. She also said that Lily had been struggling since Ethan left her for another woman. Before Mom passed away, she pleaded with us to reconcile. I agreed to meet Lily at the hospital cafeteria. She looked haggard and broken, and for the first time, I saw the insecurities behind her once beautiful face. She apologized for everything she had done, saying that she was always jealous of my confidence and my ability to build a life for myself. At the funeral, Lily's reaction to Owen was a complete shock. When I confronted her, she revealed that Owen was the investor who had pulled out of Ethan's company. Owen explained that he had discovered Ethan's infidelity while doing due diligence for an investment. He couldn't support someone with such a lack of character. I was hurt that Owen hadn't told me about this earlier. But after talking to him, I realized that he had been afraid of scaring me away. I forgave him, just as I had forgiven Lily. I understood that everyone makes mistakes, and the important thing was to move forward with honesty and love. A few days after we returned home, I found out that I was pregnant. It was a new chapter in our lives, a symbol of hope and a reminder that life, despite its many twists and turns, always has something beautiful in store. Looking back, I realized that the betrayals I endured were not the end of my story, but rather the unexpected beginning of a better one. They led me to Owen, to a deeper understanding of myself, and to a place where I could truly forgive and move on.